So what you have to do here in part 2 is you have to match these people and their needs and wants with the perfect option for them. And each one is different. So we have to go and read the instructions. Your students are going to skim over this so much, it's going to drive you mad. The people below all want to visit a city market. Okay. On the opposite page, there are descriptions of 8 markets. Decide which market would be the most suitable for the people below. So we have 5 people and 8 markets, which means 3 of them are in there to confuse the issue. All right, so let's have a look. What I always suggested with my students is that they underline keywords or key ideas in this text. There should be at least 3 in every single one. Sometimes there's 4, but on average about 3. So Jenny wants to buy locally produced food. Okay, that's something unique. Locally produced food, traditional to the area, so we're talking traditional food. She needs somewhere convenient to eat. Okay, so she wants to eat there as well at the market. And she's sightseeing in the city. So she wants to do some sightseeing. They can underline that. The market shouldn't be far from local attractions. Okay, so she wants to do sightseeing that's close to attractions. She wants to eat, and it must be locally produced food that is traditional to the area. All right, so then what the student has to do is to go now look through the markets here, all the different options, and find these things that would suit this lady, Jenny. What does she want? So, for example, we can start with skimming is another practice that your students will have to do, is just go through it quickly. So the Beckfield market is famous for secondhand camera equipment. Okay, I can already tell you now that we're in the wrong place because she wants to eat. She's looking for traditional food, and this is selling camera equipment, cameras, old pictures. Okay, so it's not A. B, they have to go through as well. Amazing building, hundreds of years old, late night opening hours, performers, nothing about food here. Okay, nothing over there about food at all, so that's not going to be the one. There's lots to see, interesting indoor markets. We go through the text with them, find everything from rare gold, silver, jewelry. Okay, this is not food, and so on. I can't go through all of this as well, but as you go through it, and we'll jump ahead to what is the answer, and I can show you exactly why. So the answer for 6 is F. All right. Close to museums and art galleries. That local attraction. So close to, so shouldn't be far from, and close to are 2 different ways to say the same thing. Museums and art galleries are local attractions. So this is a place to buy something for lunch. Okay, so as well as fresh fruit and special breads. Try the region's famous cheese. Is this not a traditional food from the area or region? Again, synonyms, area, region. There are producers there with the advice on different types. Eat on the seats situated around the market, so it is convenient to eat there. There's seats there. Watching the colorful scene and enjoying music from local bands. All right, so 6 and F meets all the needs of 6, and that's what we have to look for. What the students should do then, especially if they've got a paper-based, is just cross out F, the letter F, okay? Make sure that they've done this one. They're not going to come back to it and read it again, because if they're doing paper-based, they can write all over this question paper as much as they want, draw pictures, make scribbles, do whatever they want. At the end of the exam, they destroy these papers so they can do whatever they want to them, all right? Scribble all over it. So for number 7, for example, we're going to go through this a bit faster. Matt wants a market where you can get something to wear at reasonable prices. Okay, so this guy's looking for something to wear. So we're going to be looking for words like clothing, all right? Reasonable prices, so not too expensive, is another way of saying it. Something hot to eat. They wouldn't have put hot to eat if it wasn't important. He's also keen on music and likes finding rare recordings by different bands. Okay, so he wants something to wear. He's looking for some food, and he's interested in music and rare recordings. So the student will go through all of these again. I've already done this for your benefit, and it is G. So situated under historic city walls in this busy market, you'll find a huge selection of great value. So there we go. Reasonable prices, great value, new and secondhand clothes. All right. There's also stalls offering unusual albums. So that may be rare recordings by international singers, often hard to find. Okay, if it's hard to find, it's rare. Our world food area allows you to taste food from abroad, cooked in front of you. That's why it's hot to eat, and that's why it meets it. So this is exactly how it goes. We go through it. Okay, all the answers are in the PDF as well. If you skip down to the bottom, I don't remember the page. But for example, I just wanted to break it down to show you exactly. So underline these key words in here, these key ideas, what's specific for this and what is not. Sammy wants to visit a market and spending the day in the city. So he wants to spend the day in the city. He would like to photograph a historic place. Oh, remember we saw something about photographs earlier on. So now it becomes easier as you go through it because now the students read some of them before. So 8 is B. All right, because this one talks about late night performers, pictures, and all of those things. I don't want to spend too much time on this going through it, but yeah. Number 9, Alexa is looking for a really special necklace for her grandmother's birthday. So this was one about, wasn't there one about jewelry? Yes. So number 9, C. And number 10, Ella is looking for objects from other countries for her friends. She'd like to choose a secondhand book to read. Okay, so now we're not looking for food, we're looking for secondhand books. And she wants to snack at the market too. So 10 is H. So now, as you see, we have to skip through this quite rapidly. So in an exam, under time pressure, there's a lot of reading to do. And it does start off very slow because you have to, like, for example, number 6 was F. So the student would have to have read A, B, C, D, E, and then only gotten to F. But as we go along, now they've already read that and they remember it, so they can go back and just double check to make sure those are the answers. Okay?